Janice, have you talked to your brother any lately? I'm so worried about him. Not a lot, Mom, and I know I'm really worried too. I don't really know what to do for him right now. I just wish he'd go back to therapy. They have those group sessions at the VA. Why doesn't he go back to those? I really don't know, Mom. Well, why don't you ask him? Could you ask him for me? He never wants to talk about anything like that with me. Mom, do you really think he'll talk about any of that stuff with me? Come on, he's a closed book on all of this. Did you know that his new leg came in? That state-of-the-art one that those fancy veterans doctors were working on for him? Really? It did finally? Yep, and guess what? He won't even go and pick it up. What? Why not? What did he say? He didn't. Not that I could have understood him if he did. He was so drunk. So then, what is he doing? Just using the old one that hurts him? I don't know, sweetheart. I just don't know. I just don't understand. He was doing so well for so long. He had Tina. He was working. Yeah, well, I think you just answered your own question. What do you mean? He had Tina, and now, well, now he doesn't have her anymore, now does he? So you think this all stems from that? From him and Tina breaking up? Well, I think it all stems from him losing his leg in the war, or, I don't know, maybe he was damaged before that. Lord knows I did the best I could with the boy. You did, Mom, but Victory's always been a wild one. I just wish he would at least try to do something for himself, you know? Something would make his situation better. He doesn't go to those group therapy sessions they have at the VA or anything. But did he ever really go to those, Mom, even when he first got back from deployment? But he said he did. Yeah, well, I've always had my doubts. Oh dear, what are we going to do with him? Well, what about the service dog you were telling me about, the black lab? Oh, right, Bubby. Sure, that might help him, but do you really think that he would go for it? I mean, we haven't had a dog since you two were kids. There's only one way to find out. You can talk to him about it, but it doesn't mean that he's going to listen. Well, his sister has a way of wearing him down. Yeah, and he has a way of wearing us down. Don't forget about that. But who could say no to a dog? Your brother. Hey, Victor. How are you feeling today?
You know, just because your brother is a washed-up, crippled war veteran doesn't mean you have to call and check on him every frickin' day.
Well, what can I say? I'm a little bit concerned about you.
And why are you so concerned about me? I can take care of myself.
Have you picked up your new leg yet? From the VA?
That's none of your business, and why are you asking anyway?
Mom said you hadn't picked it up yet. Why not?
Oh, come on, so Mom and you are gossiping about me now or something?
We are not gossiping about you. We're we're concerned about you.
Ugh, I know, concerned about me.
So are you just walking around on that old thing that gives you sores?
No, why would I do that? I'm not that insane. I'm not a masochist.
Then what are you doing?
Nothing. I'm just living free. Being myself.
So, crutches? You're just using crutches?
Yep.
Yeah, and you say you aren't a masochist?
Why would I pretend to be anything other than what I am, Janice? I don't have a leg. I can't hide that. It's time to finally just be me.
Come on, Victor. Don't you think you could be just punishing yourself for something?
Believe me, sis. I've already had plenty of punishment.
Well, if you won't pick up your state-of-the-frickin-art leg, have you at least considered Bubby?
Bubby, your ex-boyfriend who works at the Super 6 motel?
No, Victor. And thanks a lot for reminding me of that. I'm talking about the service animal that Mom found for you through the VA, the black lab.
Oh, that. Well, I can't afford to take care of a dog. I'm on disability, remember?
Oh, don't worry, they take care of all of that.
They do?
Yeah, they take care of the food, the vet bills, everything.
Oh, really? That's pretty good.
Yeah, and he could help you out with all sorts of things.
Oh, yeah? Like what?
You know, like if you,
What, like if I fall down or something?
which would be much less likely to happen if you picked up your new leg from the hospital.
I'd rather have the dog.
Okay, then get the dog.
I suppose I could, give him a try.
Yes, you could. You like dogs, don't you? I mean, you always loved Jet growing up.
Yeah, Jet was a good boy. I miss him.
So why don't you give Bubby a chance?
Okay, fine. Fine, I guess I could, but,
But what?
we're definitely going to have to do something about that name.
So, brother, how's it going with, Roots?
Well, I have to say, Roots is a pretty good boy.
You see, I knew it was a good idea, and I have to say, I don't like the name, but it is better than Bubby.
Yeah, by a long shot.
So do you find him useful?
Useful? What do you mean, like how?
Well, you know, like being helpful in your daily tasks. He is a service animal, after all.
He's a dog.
Yes, Victor, he is a dog with thousands of dollars in training.
Well, we go to the park and play fetch and stuff, and it's a good thing he's the one fetching.
Okay.
Sorry, bad joke.
So what park do you take him to?
Cleaver, over off of Whip.
Oh, the single ladies park. Really?
What do you mean by that?
Well, it's just, that's where all the guys at my office go to meet girls.
Oh, really? That's weird.
Is it? How so?
Well, it's just that I haven't noticed a bunch of girls there.
Really? I would think they'd be all over a handsome service animal like that.
So not me, huh? Not the amputee?
That's not what I said, Victor.
Well, it's what you implied.
Actually I didn't, but if you want to insist I did, it's you who wants to be you, remember?
Yeah, and I wouldn't want any girl who's had a problem with it.
Alright, great.
Great.
So you're telling me that no girl has come up and asked you about Roots?
Well, there's been a few.
Uh-huh, that's what I thought. And did you get any of their numbers?
One gave me theirs, but I didn't ask for it, and I'm not going to call her, okay?
You aren't, but why not?
Because I'm not into her, and I don't feel like dating anyway, okay?
Can you at least tell me her name?
I don't remember it.
Oh, come on.
What do you want from me? I said I don't remember it, okay?
So then what do you remember about her?
She had black hair, okay?
Black hair. Great. Did any other features stand out?
No.
And you aren't even going to consider calling her?
I'm just not ready for a relationship, okay?
Not after Tina?
Excuse me?
But it's already been 3 years since she broke up with you, Victor. Isn't it time to move on?
Look, how many times have I told you and Mom I do not want to hear that woman's name? Do you understand me?
Okay, fine. I'm sorry.
I got a dog. That's enough.
I suppose a girlfriend and a leg really is too much to ask.
Hey Candace, this is Victor, the guy with the black lab.
Oh, Victor, hi. It's so good to hear from you. How are you doing?
Oh, hey, yeah, I'm pretty good, I guess. What about you?
Well, I guess I'm just hanging in there.
Yeah, sure, I hear you.
I'm really glad that you got in touch.
Did you think that maybe I wouldn't?
Honestly, it's pretty risky giving your number out to guys these days.
Yeah, well, I guess there really are a lot of creeps out there, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, sure, you'll have that, but actually, I've been running into the exact opposite lately, to tell you the truth.
Oh, really? And what do you mean?
I don't know, it's just that with a lot of guys these days, it seems like I end up being the forward one without even trying to be.
You mean, like, guys never make the first move anymore?
Or the second, or the third. It's like they're afraid of something.
Afraid to... well, I'm texting you, so I guess you can see that I'm not afraid of anything.
Yeah, but I was the one who volunteered my number to you. You didn't ask.
I was having an off day.
Something tells me that you haven't exactly even tried to get a girl's number in a very long time, Vincent.
And whatever would give you that idea?
I don't know, just... I feel like maybe you were selling yourself short when we first met.
What do you mean?
I mean, I think you were acting like Roots is more handsome than you are.
Well, I hate to break it to you, Candace, but he kind of is these days.
Listen, Victor, I don't want to make you uncomfortable, but...
Don't worry, I'm always uncomfortable.
It's just that I want you to know that I don't care about your leg, okay? I'm not superficial like that.
Superficial? You aren't, huh?
I get the feeling that you've been hurt before.
Hasn't everybody, though?
Yeah, but I mean, like, maybe somebody has rejected you because of your,
what the government calls disability.
Yeah, but I'm not all about that, Victor.
So you're interested in my heart, or whatever?
You could say that.
So, I guess this is the part where I ask you out on a date, huh?
I mean, if you want to ask me out on a date.
I suppose that is why I called, so do you want to go out Friday night?
I would love to go out Friday night. Where to?
Well, the classic dinner and movie.
Can we bring Roots?
I mean, if you want to.
Okay, how about first date, just us?
Sounds good, Candace. See you then. Janice, I think I'm in love.
Who is this?
It's Victor, of course. It's your brother. Don't you have my number saved?
Yes, but you sounded like somebody else's brother, if I'm being honest with you.
I know. I'm just about the last person that you expected to tell you that they were in love right now, but it's true. I really think that I am.
I'm very happy for you. Who is she?
Well, it's someone from the dog park.
So you did end up calling that girl, huh?
I talked to her, yeah, and we set up a date.
Oh, you're going out on a date with her? That's so awesome, Victor. When?
We already went out on a date.
You already went out? When?
Last night. Pretty awesome, huh?
But when were you going to tell me about this?
What do you mean?
I mean, why didn't you tell me that you were about to be going on a date?
But why would I do that?
So I could be excited for you, so that I could, I don't know, give you a few pointers as to what to do, how to behave and all that?
Well, I think I behaved just fine without your tutelage, sis, and I don't need to tell you everything. Frankly, I don't want you getting in my head.
And how would I get in your head?
I don't know, by telling me all this stuff that I should do instead of just letting me be me.
But, Victor, I would never do that. I always just want you to be you.
Except the peg leg, right?
You can do whatever you want, okay?
Alright, fine. Thank you very much.
So, what's the young lady's name, anyway? Did you ever find out?
Her name is Candace, and I know it all along.
I figured that you did.
And yes, her hair is black, and she's a veterinarian's technician.
Really? That's so cool.
Yeah, so that's kind of why she was attracted to Roots.
Well, it sounds like a good fit. I'm really happy for you both. And it's about time. Have you told Mom yet?
There's not really anything much to tell.
Oh, come on. What do you mean? You just told me that you're in love.
Yeah, but we've just had one date. I don't know how she really feels, you know?
Well, she'll be so excited for you anyway.
No, come on, don't even tell her that I went out on a date, okay?
Okay, but why?
Because then she'll ask me a million questions and it'll just suck.
Okay, well, when are you going out again?
Next weekend. We aren't sure where yet, but I can't wait. Hey, Candace, what's up?
Oh, hey, Victor. How are you?
Pretty good. Was just about to take Roots out to the park.
Well, be careful of those women there. I know how some of those single ladies at Cleaver Park can get.
Oh, believe me, I know all about that.
Yeah, I know you do. And speaking of which, do you have any thoughts on what we're going to do this weekend?
Well, I hate to admit that I honestly haven't.
Well, okay, let's see. There's all those festivals happening this weekend.
Yeah, well, I'm not exactly a festival kind of guy.
Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, the crutches. I am so sorry. That was really rude of me to bring it up like that, wasn't it?
You're fine. I'm used to it at this point.
What about sports? There's always a Sparks game in the summertime.
Well, it's sort of difficult for me to get in and out of that stadium.
Oh, right. Sure, I get it.
Dating a cripple ain't exactly all it's cracked up to be, is it?
What? No, that's not how I feel at all, Victor. I'm so sorry if you got that impression.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry that there's so much that I can't do.
Hey, listen, it isn't your fault. I told you, none of that stuff even bothers me.
That stuff like me being an amputee?
Victor, I'm sure that you've been through a lot.
Yeah, well, I most certainly have.
Yeah, and I've been through a lot too, but I just want you to know that I'm here for you.
You're here for me?
Sure, of course I am, and if you ever want to talk about anything, I'll be here to listen.
I'm scaring you off, aren't I?
No, you're not scaring me off, I promise.
Yeah, well, maybe you should be scared off. Maybe you just shouldn't have anything to do with me. Maybe I'm just too damaged.
No, I'm sure that you aren't, Victor.
I was overseas, Candace.
You were? In the military?
Yeah, the Marines. Semper Fi, or whatever. Anyway, this is how I came back.
And you've never been the same since?
Well, I was okay for a while, I guess. I had someone who I thought would take care of me, would protect me, but I was wrong.
And am I the first woman you've dated since her?
I guess so.
Look, I get it, and we can take it slow, okay?
I really don't know if it's a good idea. I don't want to hurt you like I did her.
And are you sure that it wasn't the other way around, though?
Look, I'm sorry, Candace, but I just can't.
So, Victor, how did it go? Are you even deeper in love than before?
I can't talk now, Janice, okay?
But what do you mean you can't talk now? What are you doing?
I'm taking Roots for a walk, okay?
You're walking? With your old leg?
That's right. So what? Roots needed a walk, and it's what I had to do.
But it hurts you, Victor.
So what?
Ugh, you're punishing yourself for something.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So the date didn't go well, I take it?
What date? There was no date.
No date? What do you mean? She didn't cancel on you, did she?
No. In fact, it was the other way around.
Wait a minute, you canceled the date?
Great powers of deduction you've got there, sis.
But, Victor, I don't understand. I thought you said that you were in love.
Look, I don't need some woman looking at me as a charity case, okay? Her own personal little pet project.
Is that what she thinks? How do you know that? Did she say something like that?
She didn't need to say anything for me to know it was true. She's a vet tech. She probably just looks at me like I'm some wounded animal or something.
Something tells me that none of this stuff has any basis in reality, Victor.
And what would you know about it?
I know that you have this thing about not deserving love, but it's not true. I just want you to know that.
What do you mean, not deserve love?
I just think that for some reason, you feel like you don't deserve anyone to love you, like you're cursed or something.
Isn't it a little bit obvious that I am, Janice? I mean, take a look at me.
All right, that's enough.
Enough of what? What are you even talking about?
Enough of this little pity party that you've got going on for yourself here.
Huh? Pity party? Me?
That's right, soldier. You better straighten up and stop feeling sorry for yourself here.
Soldier.
Am I coming on a little too strong?
Yeah, just a little.
I just don't understand what happened. There must have been something.
No, nothing happened, okay? I want to be alone.
Stop lying to yourself, Victor.
I'm just scared, okay?
I know you are, and that's okay.
I mean, you know the real reason Tina dumped me, right?
You said she didn't want a serious relationship.
Yeah, she didn't want one. With a disabled person.
That's what she said?
Pretty much her exact words.
Wow.
So you can see my apprehension in dating again.
Yeah, I can definitely see that, but Victor, not everybody is going to be like Tina. You can't just automatically assume that it's all going to end badly.
Well, it's too late now.
And why is that?
Because after the way I acted, Candace probably hates me now.
So you tried to burn the whole thing down, huh?
It was pretty much an act of self-sabotage.
Well, you can always try again. The worst that can happen is she'll,
reject me. My biggest fear.
Yeah, but you rejected her first. Remember that.
I swear, sometimes I think I'd rather face 100 enemy combatants than rejection.
We all have our battles, brother.
Hey, Candace. How's it going?
Oh, hi, Victor. I didn't expect to hear from you again.
Yeah, I figured that you didn't, and, listen, I'm really sorry about that.
So, what was all of that about? If your goal was to scare me off of you, you just about did a perfect job.
Oh, I did?
Well, almost.
Oh, that's good, because listen, I'm really sorry about that.
Yeah, you said that already.
Look, I'm honestly not really very good at this thing.
Apologizing?
Apologizing, talking, anything, really. And I may not know much, but I do know that I like you. And I guess that just scared me.
I like you too, Victor, and you don't have to be scared. I'm not going to reject you.
I've just been hurt before is all. Hurt real bad.
I get it. I have too.
So, do you think we could just, I don't know, start over on this whole thing?
Well, I'd hate to start over completely. We had such a great first date after all.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Forget about the me screwing stuff up part.
I guess we could try that out.
And maybe on our real second date, we could actually go to one of those festivals.
But what about your leg? I thought you said you couldn't use crutches that long.
Well, I've got a leg. I just need to pick it up from the hospital.
Wait a minute, what do you mean?
The VA has been working on this leg for me. Some custom job that they were able to do with some fundraising thing. I don't know. It's some bionic leg type thing. Some new technology.
Wait a minute, you're telling me that the VA hospital has a brand new, state-of-the-art bionic leg for you to try out. It's sitting there, just collecting dust, and you aren't picking it up to try?
Yeah. I guess so.
Well, then maybe that should be our official second date then.
You want to go to the VA hospital and watch me get a prosthetic leg put on as a date? What kind of a freaky girl are you?
Freaky, what can I say?
I guess you really aren't afraid of my, disability then, are you?
It's not a disability, Victor, or at least I don't see it like that.
You don't?
No, it's just... Well, it's just a part of you, and that's okay.
Well, it's not going to change, so...
So, when can you pick me up?
You want to go now?
Well, if not now, when?
Okay, I guess I could do that.
Can we bring Roots?
Sure we can bring Roots.
Hey bro, how are you doing? Any butterflies?
Any butterflies? I think I have the whole platoon of them. I can't believe this. I can't believe I'm getting married.
I know! Isn't it so exciting? And you're marrying an amazing person, too. I am just so happy for the both of you.
I know, thanks, but still, are you sure that I'm making the right decision here? You know, doing the right thing?
What do you mean?
I don't know, I'm scared, I guess.
You have nothing to be scared of, Victor. You two are a beautiful couple. She's great.
I know that she's great, but...
Really? Is that it? Is that what all of this is about?
What do you mean?
You still think that you don't deserve it, don't you?
Well, I don't.
Victor, yes, you do. More than anything, you deserve her, and you deserve to be happy.
You really think so?
It's a long road, bro. A very long road.
And just to think, none of it would have really happened without Roots.
He's a good boy, and I am very glad that I convinced you to get him.
Yeah, well, he didn't take much convincing.
Not as much as that bionic leg of yours, which I believe you love just as much as that dog.
It's pretty cool, I must admit, but nowhere near as cool as Roots.
Well, how could it be?
So, I guess it's almost time, huh?
It just about is.
How does Cadence look?
I can't tell you how the bride looks before she walks down the aisle.
No, I just can't see her before she walks down the aisle. You can tell me if she looks good.
I'm not even going to tell you that.
Well, it's just a dumb superstition anyway.
I'll see you in there, brother.
Then I'll see you at the reception.
Save a dance for me. Cadence looked beautiful walking down the aisle in her wedding dress. And when Victor and her exchanged vows, there was not a dry eye in the room. Roots served as ring bearer and did his job like the good boy he was. At the reception, the couple danced to their favorite song and the next three that followed.